3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. Today it's a special edition with DOB. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Did you know you were going to be so special today?
I feel special.
You should.
I always feel special when I come here.
I was going to say, yeah, it's not that special because every day is an occasion when you're here. So today we're talking about something that is very important, very near and dear to me. I think a lot of people have experienced it, but we're not just talking about that, but we're also talking about what to do about it, right? And that is elderly demographics, particularly those with Alzheimer's, dementia, right, and scams, and what we can do to help those loved ones, right?
Yeah, you've really got to kind of get in tune with your older loved ones. June is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, so it's a good time that we always put out some information about what can you do to help your older loved ones,
right?
Try to help avoid scams. And we've got some information in a release that we just put out recently saying that research suggests that changes in financial decision-making and difficulty identifying scams may be very early signs of Alzheimer's. Among participants in a 2019 study, low scam awareness was associated with a 56% higher risk of Alzheimer's. A 2022 study, they went back and did the same thing, found there may be a link between early-stage Alzheimer's and a person's willingness to give money to a stranger.
Yeah.
So you really have to make sure that, I've got it. My father is 81 today. Happy birthday, Dad.
Well, happy birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he, I'm always pumping him with questions. I'm always asking him, who you talking to? You get any calls? What's in your mail? Those are the couple things you need to do. Who is calling them? Who are they talking to? And what are they getting in the mail? Because they're much more likely to get mailers from organizations than younger people are, because they have a history, and if they have a history of giving. And my mother, before she passed, loved to give money to everyone.
Yeah.
So I know Dad is getting all those mailers. So you really have to stay in tune with your older loved ones.
Yeah, and make sure that that they understand that you're just looking out for them. I know it probably is tough, as you get older to think that you need somebody to look out for you, but especially in our loved ones who are suffering from, some of even early onset symptoms, right, that don't have, the mindset of thinking that there could possibly be scammed, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it's very important, but there are things that you can do. So you mentioned, making sure that you're talking with them, making sure that they're understanding why you're doing it. But what are some specific things outside of like checking the mail? So just having those personal conversations to make sure you're in tune with what they're doing and why it's important.
Yeah, there's some actions that you can take. You can get them on do not call lists if they're not already on them. Now, I will say, I get the question all the time, well, I'm on the do not call list. Why are they calling me? Because they don't care.
Yeah.
The criminals really care about the law.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do is if they're getting a lot of solicitations through the mail, in each one of those, in the fine print way on the back of one of those pieces of paper, there's, if you'd like to stop getting these mailers, write us
Unsubscribe.
Here. Unsubscribe.
Yep.
And it's difficult, and you have to kind of search for it, and it takes a while. We hear some consumers sometimes who unsubscribe to these mailers, and they continue to get them for a short time. But it's because, believe it or not, once they send one mailer out, they've already got another one ready to shoot out.
Yep.
So it does take some time. So those are a couple steps that you can take to kind of stop some, I don't want to say scam activity, but maybe unwanted solicitations.
Just unsolicited, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Screening calls is big, and again, discussing finance with them. It's, as you kind of alluded to earlier, it's a kind of a fine line. They still want to have their independence, but you want to make sure they don't get taken advantage of.
Right.
So that might be a difficult talk that you have to have with your older loved ones, but it's a talk that you need to have.
Yeah, and just stay in tune with what they're doing, and kind of make it a habit, so that it's not like, oh, I don't know what you're doing right now, so it doesn't look like you don't have faith in what they're doing, but just so that it's a regular conversation. Hey, what's going on? Is any unknown numbers contacting you? Are you getting any, random emails, looking for information, private information. Also, you have like the phone calls that, especially with AI, and this isn't to scare anyone, but it's just something that I've recently heard of. AI is getting more and more advanced, and now you're hearing about, loved ones' voices being mimicked on phone calls and stuff. So just to make sure that you're yeah, having those conversations, making sure that they know that that this is happening out there, just so they can be aware, and then also checking to make sure that you're doing your son or your daughterly duties, right?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And you've really got to, make sure that, you have those conversations with them. Someone of my dad's age, he's 81 now. They are much more trusting. They are going to answer the door when somebody comes to it. They're going to pick up the phone when somebody calls. You have to drill into them that they don't have to do that. There's no law saying you have to answer the door. There's no law saying you have to.
You don't have to be nice. Sometimes nice gets you in trouble.
Correct.
Yeah.
Technology is not my dad's friend. So, that's probably for a lot of people in his age bracket. So remind them not to just click on links.
Yep.
Whether it's an email or a text message or whatever it might be. So, there's a lot of things that we can do to help them. But we have to be proactive and not reactive. If you do things up front, that way you don't have to worry about you maybe worry less about somebody taking advantage of them and if you don't have these conversations at all.
Right. And then last time you mentioned, let's say, you have signed up for something or they have signed up and now they're having regrets or second thoughts. They can. There is something they can do about it, right?
Well, if somebody's, let's say somebody's come to let's say a door-to-door salesman's come to their house and they've sold them something they don't really want to have, they've got 3 business days to back out of that. It's called the FTC's cooling off rule. So, that's a way for them to come out. But, you've really just got to make sure that they're comfortable enough to talk to you. If you're an older person watching us right now, just make sure that you talk to people. If someone has, especially if the person you're dealing with wants you to be secretive about what you're doing, that's always a red flag.
Secretive, or if there's money or private information and you don't really even know why they need it, and maybe they're making up something, or you just instantly feel like something's wonky. Yeah, you don't have to be nice. No. Hang up or throw that mail away or delete that text or that email.
One last thing, remind them never give out their Social Security number or their Medicare and Medicaid numbers. There's a lot of scam activity in that end as well. I will say that if we at Better Business Bureau can't help you, here in Quincy we have a great resource, the Quincy Senior Family Resource Center. Those folks down there know their stuff. So if I can't help you, I refer people to them a lot too.
Yes.
So they deal with all kinds of different scams especially in the Medicare world. I'm not really familiar with that. I've got a couple years until I have to be familiar with it. But, I try to do what I can to help people, but I always refer people to them.
Yeah, connecting the resources.
There are resources that can help you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as always, great information. Stay safe out there and keep a good close eye on the loved ones, making sure that, you're doing your due diligence for them as well, because we got to look out for each other, right?
You got to.
Absolutely. Thank you, Don O'Brien. I always appreciate our chats.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, I think that does it for today's special edition of the Daily Muddy. We'll catch you back here tomorrow for more.
Kelly's has been a fun place to eat and drink in Quincy since 1982. A fun and friendly atmosphere, food with flavor, homemade cinnamon rolls, and famous cheese soup, the best menu in town. Kelly's, 2902 Broadway, Quincy.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center.
Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.